You ever sit at a table so beautiful it hides a crime? I did. Easter Sunday, sunlight spilling through the windows, laughter echoing like nothing was wrong. But under all that pastel and porcelain, my family had already robbed me blind. The table looked perfect, tulips in bloom, silverware shining like guilt disguised as grace. Mom had outdone herself again. I sat down between my sister Laura and her husband Derek, pretending everything was normal, until I noticed an envelope with my name beside the plate. What's this? I asked. Just some paperwork, Laura said, brushing it off like a crumb on a tablecloth. We'll talk after lunch. Then my brother Ryan raised his glass. To Maya, he said, smiling that fake grin I'd known since childhood. Our family's safety net. Always there when we need her. Everyone laughed. I smiled too, that kind of smile that feels like a bruise. Because deep down, I already knew something was off. While everyone dug into ham and potatoes, I opened the envelope. Inside, loan papers. $50,000. My signature already there. Except, it wasn't mine, Laura, I said softly. What is this? Oh, that, she said, waving her fork. It's just the loan you gave us for Derek's business. We needed to file the paperwork for taxes. I froze. I never loaned you $50,000. Yes, you did, Derek chimed in without even looking up. You said so at Mom's birthday. I hadn't even been at Mom's birthday. I was in Chicago, at a finance conference. I was out of town, I said. The room fell silent for half a second before Mom whispered, You probably just forgot, sweetheart. You travel so much. I looked down at the papers again. The signature looked almost perfect, almost. The loops were wrong. Someone had practiced. This isn't my signature. Ryan chuckled awkwardly. Maya, come on, don't ruin Easter. But my voice didn't shake when I said it. Someone forged my name on a $50,000 loan. That's not family business, that's bank fraud. Family doesn't do this, I said, standing now. Dad slammed his fork down. Enough, Maya. You have money. Your sister needed help. Stop making drama. What is it then? I asked. Because from where I'm standing, it looks like theft. Mom's voice was sharp now. Family helps each other. Don't twist this. I pulled out my phone. Oh, I'm not twisting anything. Let's look at the truth. Transaction history lit the screen. February, $20,000 gone. December, $15,000 to Ryan. November, $30,000 to Derek's company. How? I demanded. How have you been accessing my accounts? Ryan stared at his plate. You left your laptop here 2 years ago. Your passwords were saved. We just added ourselves as authorized users. I did the math in my head. $375,000. They'd taken $375,000 in 2 years. Mom's eyes filled with tears. We didn't steal, Maya. We're your family. No, I said, cold now. You're thieves who happen to share my DNA. Dad stood up, red-faced. Watch your mouth. You watch yours, I shot back. Because I've already called someone about this. A knock came from the door. When I opened it, Director Alan Cho from the Financial Crimes Division stepped inside. Crisp suit, calm eyes, authority that filled the room. Good afternoon, he said, setting his briefcase on the table. Sorry to intrude on your holiday, but Ms. Patel asked me to stop by. Mom blinked. Ms. who? Patel, he said. Maya Patel, founder and CEO of Ardent Capital Partners. You might know the name. They manage roughly $2 billion in assets. The room froze. Dad's fork slipped from his hand. Ryan went pale. Alan continued. When she reported systematic theft from her personal accounts, we took it seriously. We have records showing unauthorized access, forged documents, and illegal transfers. Laura whispered, You're rich? I smiled faintly. Wealthy enough that I didn't notice right away. but not blind enough to let it go. Director Cho laid out the papers, one by one. Here's what happens next. Maya has two options. Option 1, she files formal complaints. That means FBI, Treasury, and us. Federal charges, possible prison. Option 2, you return every cent within 90 days and agree to have zero contact with her. Laura's voice cracked. We spent it. The business, the house, then sell it, I said. Take loans. Get jobs. Do whatever you need. Because I'm done funding your greed. Mom sobbed. Maya, please. We're family. You stopped being my family, I said quietly, the moment you turned my trust into your paycheck. 2 days later, settlement papers arrived, signed. They sold their cars, their boat, even the house. Each payment came on time. Months passed. They sent apology letters. Invitations. Birthday cards. I ignored every one. Meanwhile, my firm closed a $1 billion deal. Forbes ran my cover story, the woman who rebuilt trust in a broken system. My cousin texted, so proud of you. I didn't reply. Pride after exposure isn't love, it's shame disguised as respect. 9 months later, the final payment came with a note from Mom, we're sorry. We love you. Please come home for Christmas. I filed the check. Shredded the note. Because sorry without change is manipulation. And love without respect is theft. That Easter was the last meal we ever shared. And honestly, it was the most expensive lesson I've ever learned, but also the most freeing. I learned that family isn't about blood. It's about boundaries. Forgiveness doesn't mean letting people break you again. And grace doesn't mean paying for someone else's sins. 2 years later, I founded the Patel Grant for Financial Independence, full scholarships for students whose families never believed in them. At the ceremony, a girl told me, my parents called me their ATM too. I smiled and said, you're not an ATM. You're a person with worth that can't be withdrawn. She looked at me, tears in her eyes, and whispered, so are you. And for the first time since that Easter table, I finally believed it.